carbon trading system. Institutional strengthening for enhanced participation in global carbon markets. In keeping with the provisions of the climate change policy to employ a mode of multipartite implementation, companies and businesses can also become partners in the drive to a low-carbon economy, including through greater access and use of the carbon market under the CDM of the Kyoto Protocol, as again was elaborated by Mr. Ramjan of the EMA. Under the CDM, benefits can accrue, which include inflows of foreign investment, employment generation, technology transfer, and access to foreign markets. Additionally, legislation governing the Green Fund is being revised to enable the empowerment of eligible non-governmental bodies to become fully engaged in contributing to a low-carbon economy by providing the support for renewable energy projects and carbon sequestration through reforestation activities. Given the cross-cutting nature of the adverse impacts of climate change, it is clear that all stakeholders have a critical part to play in the implementation of the policy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hoped that these policies and initiatives briefly outlined will help bring about a major paradigm shift in the way we approach energy use over the coming decades and help encourage a shift to a low-carbon economy. It is now widely acknowledged that moving to a low-carbon economy can provide sustainable business opportunities. Government is committed to working with business and industry to help this country transition to such a prosperous low-carbon economy. It is hoped that those of you in the private sector will also rise to that challenge. I trust that these few words and today's session as a whole inspires you to be innovative in your individual sectors, to be examples of sustainability, conservation, and positive change. With these few words, I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar Singh. I'd like to introduce you at this point in time to one of the consultants who will be involved in this project, Mr. Ethan Horton, Managing Director of Caribbean EXO Limited. Mr. Horton will give you an overview and scope of work for this project. Mr. Horton.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am a vocational training instructor, and as I had observed a while ago, you have been at it for quite some time. May I ask you to just stand, look around, and see who is here? Just stand for a moment and look around. This is supposed to be relaxing. You can sit now. Thank you. The other thing I didn't say walk around because I do not want to increase the air conditioning load on the building as a conservationist. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, this is the second time I've set foot on Trinidad. I really had been in Tobago about 3 years ago at a somewhat similar gathering, but this is my first time in Trinidad in a real way. The last time I was stranded at the Piarco airport for about nearly 24 hours on my way to Guyana. It was not a very pleasant experience. This one, however, has been a most pleasant one. I got my grand tour yesterday. I was picked up by my counterpart, and things are going well. I feel great. And it's a pleasure to be here to speak with you about the project that we are about to undertake. Our approach is to pursue this project as a consortium with 3 primary participants: Caribbean ESCO, Energy Dynamics, and Aegis International. On the program, it's a matter of the introduction of consultants, and therefore, what's a consultant? My definition of a consultant, I developed this long ago, is the guy who comes from afar, have an attache case, and, wearing a nice suit and tie. That's the definition of a consultant. So I am one. I have my attache case, and I have my bush jack, which can be considered a suit. But I've counterbalanced that by having a local counterpart in the person of Andre Escalante, with the Trinidad counterpart. So Caribbean ESCO and Energy Dynamics Limited possess very knowledgeable and experienced professional engineering team. We are second to none, I can say, and I dare anybody to challenge that. Having proven capability in energy resource and environmental management from project inception through to implementation and maintenance. This is what we need to mitigate the conditions that could come upon us otherwise. Ethan Horton is the team leader, is about to complete a project as team leader in the EU-funded contract along with Aegis BCOM to carry out energy efficiency and renewable energy assessments for 75 facilities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines government sector. This project should be wrapped up in another week or so, where we've done energy audits, assessment, look at alternative energy projects in St. Vincent. And Andre, our Trinidad counterpart, is a well-known Caribbean engineer, very well known in Jamaica as well. And he's a regional driving force in the field of HVAC and building automation controls. So I'm proud to be associated with him and with Aegis to pursue this project. The international member, Aegis, is a French consulting environmental, water, energy, and transportation sector company specializing in environment, water, energy, and international development engineering. Aegis BCOM International provides services in over 90 countries throughout the world. And as a matter of fact, they are involved, as I told you, in the St. Vincent project and a $3 million environmental project right now in Jamaica, dealing with some water resource management, etc. The objective of this technical component will be threefold. At first, to make an inventory of existing environmental and energy management practices in both Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. And secondly, to provide the picture of environmental and energy aspects in each facility by collecting relevant baseline data. So we'll be going to facilities, collecting data that will be utilized to ensure that we present accurate information. And finally, to identify the ways of improvement and provide a ready-to-use toolkit for the more efficient environmental and energy management and measurement of further performance. So we're not going to just carry out a study, but we'll also present a toolkit which can be utilized by facility owners in our host facilities, and also to be shared by others who were not directly audited for the future. And based on the sample of 30 facilities, we will present a current state of environment and energy management for each sector. The results will feed the capacity building activities of representatives of different business sectors during the workshop. We'll be holding workshops as well. But what about the risks? The successful implementation of the project will require, in addition to the external experts team, the involvement of the project stakeholders, the owners, the managers, the staff, and the beneficiaries. So we assume in particular that the host facilities, utility managers and staff will participate actively in environmental and energy audit process, and of course, providing the existing information, assisting during the site inspections, etc. Other stakeholders will participate in the workshops, in the seminars and the meetings. And the building background information exists. As long as that exists, then we are well on our way and will be made available to us